Welcome back, YouTubers. This is a review of the Robot Damashii number 251, Principle of Zeon Force Weapon Set. Now, this one is basically an add-on kit. It's full of extra parts for primarily the Zakus. So, let's get to it. Now, you'll see that there are 4 Zakus here. Those are the ones that I have that I know work with the special parts that are in this set. Now, as you can see, the front of the box shows these bits. There's a more complex one at the back. Now, one thing I'm not too happy about is that this thing has these linking parts for bazookas, but doesn't come with any extra ones. And to fully utilize them, you'd need a lot more than the ones I've got, because I've only got 3, and I'm not even sure one will work with it. We're about to find out. Anyway, but first, let's take a look at the parts. First part we've got is this one. This one's a giant heat hawk. Now, compared to the standard one that all the Zakus come with from the animated series, and you can see it's a touch larger. This thing clearly seems to me to be meant for a heavier unit, but it's a pretty nice piece and, you know, good effect part if you want just a bigger heat hawk. Though from the image on the back here, it looks like it's meant for the Black Tri-Star mobile suits. Then, of course, you've got this, which is your standard Zaku Rifle, except it's got a big bayonet attached to it, plus this little side bar which allows it to be held two-handed. A very nice addition, but it's pretty much the same as this one. Has the detachable ammo clip on the top. Pretty simple. Nothing too different, but it's a nice addition and a good part. Now, this gun, I'm not too sure about the origin of this one. I think this one is actually meant for the Mark I Zaku. The picture on the back indicates as much. Pretty simple, older style gun. It makes sense to have it for a mobile suit like that one. Now we get this little guy, which is, as far as I can tell, some sort of flare gun or single launch pistol. I'm not really sure on the lore behind this gun. If anyone knows, please let me know, because I'm not too sure what this one is. But yeah, small pistol. It has an attachment point, so you can clip it to the animated version side ports, like so. See? So, you know, extra sidearm for a Zaku. Now we get into the bazookas. Now, there's 2 parts to each one, and 2 copies of each. So, as you can see, 2 of this. Two of this. Now, so how these are supposed to work is the smaller, thinner piece goes here on the end. These bigger, thicker ones attach here on the top of the rifle. There we go. Like so. And then you just do the same thing to the other one.
Announcing.
You just do the same thing to the other one. Sorry, that was my Alexa going off at random. There we go. So then you have a double-barreled bazooka. Cool concept. and you can make 2 of these. Now, unfortunately, the older Zaku one is much smaller and thinner, so you're not going to be able to get that one to work on this one. It's unfortunate, but them's the breaks. And it's basically the same for the Tri one. Unfortunately, I don't have enough Zaku Bazookas at the moment to do that, so we'll have to give that bit a skip. Annoying, but you know, what can you do? There is an additional part, though. This little bit. It's basically a binder clip. You can clip it onto the back of this part here, which allows you to clip it to the back of a Zaku. Like so. Which is pretty cool. And that also works on the 3-barrel ones. Now, the next bit is the more complicated bit. It's the backpack unit. Now, they give you 2 clips, so you can set these on 2. This one and this one. This one has a pair of clips here, same for this one, but this only has a single tank. So, what you can do is clip it onto the back of a Zaku on these small ports that are on either side under the nozzles. Like so. And the same is true, I believe, of the older model Zaku. Yeah, clips on there just nicely. So you can have additional thruster pack. Fuel. Because that's the problem with Zeon Zakus, is they have fuel issues. They can't last that long without a carrier. Now, you can change the configuration of this tank. This little part here pops in here. Getting these things off, though, is the tricky part. I recommend pulling the tank off entirely and then popping them off like that, because otherwise it's pretty tricky. Another thing is, this one's got this little radar reel, swivels around. You can take it off, and there's this little tiny cap piece here. You can get it out. Rolled into the corner. There we go. So you can take this little cap piece and pop it into the tank here. Now it's just a solid tank. You can also reconfigure how these things are stored on this thing. You can pop these 2 off, of course, and they've got these little pivot points on each end so that you can combine them together. So that you pop the little cap ends again out on these 2, and you stick them in like this. Oop, that was not good. But you basically stick them on like that, and then these pieces go in like this, to cover up the holes in the tanks. And you flip that one back around. You can use these parts here in between the tanks which keeps them attached together. So pop that in, and then you just stick this one in here, and you've got this double tanker with a third one at the bottom. And you just clip that on, same as you normally do. You can do it like this, or like this, depending on how you have yours set up. But yeah, there's that. Now, you can also make it so it's just a single tank by using one of these tall ones. Pop it off. Oh wait, wrong one. It's this one. To do the single tank, you gotta take these two bits out, which they did put a little cutaway here, which allows you to get your nail in and pop it off. Then you assemble it like so. Then you take this piece and you plug it in like this. So then you can have a single tanker. So it offers a lot of usability and extra options, and like most of the effect parts from this series, all the weapon effects, like say the machine gun fire from this, will work in the versions of these things, like so. So this thing gives you a lot of extra options for the Zakus. You can configure them in different ways, attach extra bazookas, tanks, bigger heat hawk, different guns, and it's got this cool fuel pod. And I do like the extra fuel pod option. It's something that I just don't see a lot in some of the other things, is the fuel concerns, because these things are in space, and if you don't have fuel, you're dead in the water. It's just something nice, you know, just for a bit more realism. At least in these kinds of things. But anyway, that's all for it. I strongly recommend getting this set, especially if you have a bunch of different Zakus, especially a full set of black tri-stars. But either way, please like, subscribe, and comment below, and share this video. And follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao!